Okay, let's go right to left, and I'll walk you through this one step at a time. The first thing we'll do is create a little space again, and then search for our character. Don't forget, we are looking all the way over here in H, and don't forget the space. Now, we have 13 again. And remember what I said was that search is looking from left to right, and if we count over from left to right, we'll see that this is in the 13th position. So what we need to do then is take the remainder from right to left by subtracting the overall length, and that uses the function len, which is short for length, L-E-N. L-E-N, and of course it wants to know what we're searching for, and that's over here, H2. And then a little subtraction, enter, and now we have a new position, position 10. All we need to do now is the same as the left function. We need to type right, where we want it to look, and what we want it to look for, which we just found, and then close it with some parentheses. Don't forget a comma to separate the arguments. Well, look, now we have the time, but that @ symbol popped up again. Well, remember over here, we were looking from left to right, and we put the space in front of the @ symbol, because indeed there is a space in front. So here, let's put the space behind the @ symbol, since we're doing it in reverse, just like that. And now it's gone. Copy, select the one below, Command Shift down arrow, and paste again. Notice the value error here, and there were lots of value errors way down at the bottom. Don't worry, we'll clean those up a little bit later. But for the moment, we're going to leave these two alone. Now, what I usually like to do is color calculations on the same page in blue. But these are going to be hard-coded once we get everything fixed. So we're going to leave them black. Hard-coded means that the data is typed directly into the cell, just like that. When the cell is referencing the same sheet, and there's a function that references the same sheet, I like to make it blue, so that way I know there's a calculation. If the cell references a separate sheet, I turn it green. And if it references a link to some website or something like that, then I make it red. And that's just my personal color coding system, and I find it works for me, helps me move a little bit faster and stay a bit more organized. Okay, I hope that wasn't too painful for you. Next, we're going to do something kind of interesting. We're going to use if statements to reconcile the timestamps, which will downstream reconcile the dates and the times. We're going to take it a step further, though, by nesting one if statement into another if statement. An if statement is really powerful. It says basically this: if this logical statement is true, do a thing. Otherwise, do a different thing. Here's a really great if-then example. Last year, I was the bottle changer for the fire department at the Seattle stair climb. I was on the bottle changing floor, waiting next to the stairwell in a big group of other folks who were also bottle changers, waiting to swap out bottles as fast as we could. If the firefighter that came around the corner was mine, then I changed the bottle, else I got out of the way. That is an if-then statement. If this thing is true, then do a thing. Else, do a different thing. Well, in this case, we're going to have if do a thing, else do another if statement. Watch.